Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
2024 is underway, and Lloydminster's yearly and new events are set to take place. It was discussed at City Council this week that Indigenous culture should get better representation at these events. The Indigenous Cultural Protocol is a document outlining how Treaty 6 territory is respected throughout the community. The protocol highlights land acknowledgements, smudging ceremonies, and traditional offerings.
Certainly, we've been working through a multitude of things since the Truth and Reconciliation as Council, the 94 calls to action, working with the Treaty 6 group, the Hot 6 group as it's known as. The city's a founding member. We have been supporting that group and the reconciliation work that's been going on for a while.
Administration defined it as a living document, meaning it's designed to change and evolve over time.
Just give some clarity to the entire city staff, as at various events it was unclear as to exactly where some people were to turn for information. This lays out some information. It also connects some dots within the city so that it's transparent across the entire city staff, as well as you'll see that standardization, which is very important.
The city met with a local Indigenous knowledge keeper to ensure everything is covered. The document will return to council for a vote on Monday. It's time now for the Entertainment Corner. Here's our Ty Roswell.
I'm Ty Roswell, and I'm here once again at May Cinema 6 to give you the scoop on what's going on in the movie world this weekend. So it's been a pretty slow month for horror movies so far, but May Cinema 6 is going to have you covered with Night Swim.
Directed by Bryce McGuire and rated PG-13, forced into early retirement by degenerative illness, former baseball player Ray Waller moves into a new house with his wife and 2 children. He hopes that the backyard swimming pool will be fun for the kids and provide physical therapy for himself. However, a dark secret from the home's past soon unleashes a malevolent force that drags the family into the depths of the inescapable terror.
So if you're in the mood to swim to the spooky side, Night Swim will have you covered. And of course, we can't forget about the biggest movie in theaters right now. It's Mean Girls.
Rated PG-13 and directed by Arturo Perez Jr. The revised story follows essentially the same plot. Katie Heron moves from Africa to the Chicago suburbs and finds herself a fish out of water as she tries to navigate the surprisingly animalistic halls of her new high school.
So if you're looking to relive a classic with a new twist, you're going to want to check out Mean Girls here at May Cinema 6. So that's all the time we have this week, but remember, if not everything we talked about this week is up to your speed, there's plenty of others to choose from May Cinema 6.
Callum Hawker joins me now to have a first look at our weather. And is it getting any better in the near term?
Yes, Leanne. It has actually gotten quite a bit warmer from last week when we were seeing some temperatures dip down into the -40s with the wind chill. But a lot warmer this week and hopefully into the weekend so people could go out and enjoy Mount Joy. I know they are opening up as well. So still pretty cold in the border city. -20 is our current temperatures. And with wind chill, it's down into -27. Wind is at 9 kilometers an hour, so not too windy here in the border city, but still very cold. If you're going out tonight, please bundle up, wear a jacket, toque and mitts. You want to stay warm out there. Looking at the current temperatures currently in Alberta, Cold Lake and Bonnyville and St. Paul are sitting at -18. Marwayne and Vermilion and Vegreville are at -19. Same with Wainwright. Provost, -21. And then out in Edmonton is -16, and up in Lac La Biche is sitting at -17. Over on the Saskatchewan side, we have Pierceland -18, Isle La Crosse at -16, Green Lake at -16 as well, St. Walburg at -18, Meadow Lake at -15, and then down at Maidstone, North Battleford is -17, and Macklin sitting at -20. Tonight's forecast in North Battleford, still staying very cold, low of -23. It will be cloudy with some precipitation of 23%, so expecting maybe a centimeter or 2 of snow. And then tomorrow's forecast in North Battleford, the high is -14. Cold at times, cold with times of clouds and sun. So cloud and sun will be coming in at a mix throughout the day, and precipitation also at 25%. Tonight's forecast at Cold Lake, -21, cloudy with 25% chance of some precipitation. Tomorrow's forecast in Cold Lake, -15 will be the high, still pretty cold and cloudy, and then expect maybe an afternoon flurry, so a centimeter or two of snow. And then Lloydminster Friday night, -22, similar conditions to what we've had throughout the day. And so, yeah, exactly. If you're getting outside, please bundle up. It will be pretty cold, and the wind sitting at 17 kilometers an hour as well. Looking at tomorrow's full day forecast, so 6 a.m. Around your wake up time will be -21 and cloudy, partly sunny at noon, and it will warm up to -16. We'll stay around that to 6 p.m. as well. And then midnight staying at -16, so a lot warmer temperatures overnight than we were seeing last week. And then going over to the 3-day forecast, we get to look at the weekend. Saturday, you get some sun. It's not too cold. -14 is the high, low of -17. On Sunday, a high of -15, a low of -19. And then on Monday, a high of -14, a low of -17. So like I said earlier, a great weekend to potentially get out and enjoy some skiing and or snowboarding at Mount Joy. That's all the time we have for the first look at our weather. We have some more news after the break.
The Lloydminster Rustlers Volleyball Club is hosting a Winter League on Sundays for young volleyball players of all experience levels. Our Thomas Wildman has more.
Today I'm joined by Taylor Dyer, the club director of the Lloydminster Rustlers Volleyball Club, and he is here today to talk to us about the Winter League that they will be hosting this year. And so thank you so much for being with me today, Taylor.
Yeah, absolutely, anytime.
And so, Taylor, let's start by talking about the Rustlers Volleyball Club and kind of what its main goals are and a little bit of history about the club.
Club volleyball has absolutely exploded in our region. It's been pretty incredible to watch and be part of. Yeah, when we first got to Lloydminster, we started the Rustlers Volleyball Club, and it had kind of been in place already. I think our first year we had, like 3 or 4 teams. This current season, we're now at 19 club volleyball teams, ranging from 13U right to 18U, and both men and women. So, yeah, it's pretty incredible to see like how much the sport has grown in our community. Just phenomenal. And we're not even the only club. There's the Momentum Volleyball Club as well, who have 6 to 8 teams competing as well. So again, just it's crazy the amount of volleyball being played in our region. It's awesome. So that's kind of the background and the kind of where we're at as a club. And again, we're just trying to provide opportunities for our youth to be able to compete and participate in the sport of volleyball. We're just trying to grow the game as much as we can in our area. And again, it's been working. Like if you just look at the numbers alone, it's crazy to see.
And so, Taylor, tell me a little bit about the Winter League and how it's a little different from some of the other programs that the club offers.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have the number of coaches we need to, give every athlete and every kid an opportunity. So the next best thing for us was to create some type of training environment where, those kids who maybe didn't make a team, maybe they can't afford a team, maybe they have other things going on as far as basketball, badminton, other sports that won't maybe allow them to commit to play club volleyball full time. So we wanted to create something for them as well. So we created the Winter League. We're in kind of I think our 3rd year of doing this. And so it runs Sundays for all of those athletes that want to participate in, and it can be even those who want to just learn the game. We set it up so that there's going to be a lot of space and stuff for those athletes to come and and train, and then it's mostly about just getting touches and playing a whole bunch, and that's kind of what we want for them. And again, we're not even limiting it to those who aren't on a fixed club team. There's some kids that will probably sign up that want extra time in the gym because gym space is at a premium in this town. So again, just another opportunity to touch the ball and play and maybe meet some other kids with similar interests.
And if people are interested, where can they go to get more information and possibly sign up?
Yeah, they can certainly send me an email. It's taylor.dyer@lakelandcollege.ca. Our social media on Instagram, Facebook, we're Rustlers Volleyball Club. So just give it a search and all that information's on there as well. The Winter League is also on our website at lakelandcollege.ca. And so, yeah, if people are interested, they can certainly reach out. We'd be more than happy to have them join in and sign up. And Sundays are going to be busy for our athletes because again, this is all coached and ran by our student athletes, which is just an awesome mentorship for our athletes to be able to get into the community and help those that are wanting to learn the sport of volleyball. And so it's pretty awesome because we also run a developmental program for those kids, ages 9 to 12, 13 that they're not quite into that club programming yet, but we want them to learn the sport, love the sport, and really get a passion for it.
Thank you so much for all the information, Taylor, and hopefully we will see a lot more new players join up with the Winter League this year.
Absolutely. Appreciate your time.
Callum Hawker is back in now to take a second look at our weather.
Thanks, Leanne. Yeah, still very cold here in the border city, sitting at -20 at the moment. Like I said earlier, a lot warmer than the temperatures we were seeing last week, especially in the wind chill. But we're at -27 with wind chill right now with some light winds of 9 kilometers an hour. Looking at our current temperatures across Alberta, Edmonton -16, Red Deer -17, Athabasca up at -19, Whitecourt -20, Edson -22, Rocky Mountain House is -14, and then all the way in Jasper is -9. Oh. And then Cold Lake -18, as well as Lloydminster, as I just said. Meadow Lake -15. North Battleford, Prince Albert, and Melfort all sitting at -16, and then down in Saskatoon is -17. Back on the Alberta side, Fort Chipewyan -20, Fort Mac sitting at -18, Peace River and Slave Lake at -19, Grand Prairie at -21, and then up in High Level is -24. Uranium City at -19, La Loche, Buffalo, Narrows, and South End -16, Wollaston Lake -17, and then Flin Flon is the warmest of the bunch at -14. Back at Coronation is -22, Medicine Hat -20, Lethbridge -12, and then going further west, Calgary at -18, and then Banff at -10. So if you're trying to get out to the mountains, this would be a good week to do so, or weekend to do so with the warmer temperatures out there. Kindersley at -21, Swift Current is -18, Moose Jaw -16, and Regina and Estevan at -17, with Yorkton at -15. Tonight's forecast up in North Battleford, it's -23, with some clouds, precipitation at 23%, so a chance of some light flurries potentially. Cold Lake -21, still cold out there, precipitation at 25% with some little winds of 11 kilometers an hour. And then the travel forecast. So we look overnight at Meadow Lake, -22 with some clouds. Bonnyville, also -22, the same with Provost. Isle La Crosse at -19, and Paradise Hill, -22, all sitting at 25% chance of some precipitation, so maybe a couple more centimeters out in these places. Murnum at -21 is the high. Pearceland, same thing at -21. Unity -23. Wainwright at -22. And Calgary is the warmest of the bunch at -17. That's all we have at your weather look. We have some more news after the break.
Hello guys, today I'm here with Janelle Maisko, the organizer of the Lloydminster Gun and Outdoor Sportsman Show, to talk about their upcoming event this weekend. So Janelle, what is the Lloydminster Gun and Outdoor Sports Show?
All right, so we have a whole bunch of vendors that come in and they sell a bunch of products ranging from firearms, ammunition, all of the accessories, optics. We have camouflage clothing there. For the outdoor sides, we got a little bit of survival, and not just for the hunter either. We have lots for the sports shooter too. So lots to come and check out.
And Janelle, how many vendors do you guys have this year?
We have this year over 240 tables booked. Over 70 vendors are attending. So this is up over last year. We had 100 tables. So we're pretty excited about more attendance.
Other than the vendors, what other kinds of things will you guys have at the show?
We have a draw table, so it's a $10 entrance fee, and that gets you a ballot for the draw, and there's a rifle on there. There's a lot of displays too, so we have some people that have historical firearms, and they have their displays there too. So not just things just to purchase, but lots to look at.
And how have you seen the show help grow the outdoor industry in our city?
That brings a lot of business to the multiplex. The restaurant upstairs, we've actually had asked to have more staff on. The hotel, we book rooms there for our vendors to stay at. So it brings a lot of people to the city, and we have people coming as far as Prince George, Grand Prairie. So quite a bit of traveling.
And how have you seen the show grow throughout the years?
Well, we had a really phenomenal show right before COVID. It was actually our biggest show to date. And then COVID hit, and it really changed everything for us. Last year was our first year back after COVID, and attendance was really low for our vendors because some of them in the couple of years, they had moved on to other things. They retired, and not a lot of them were still in the business anymore. So we really focused this year on bringing a lot more vendors in. So we put our boots on the ground and made some phone calls. So there's going to be a lot of new faces there for people to see and a lot of new products.
And Janelle, what would you want people to know about the Lloydminster Gun and Outdoor Sportsman Show?
It's very exciting, and there's something for everybody. We've got lots for the new female shooters. We got youth up and comers. We've got lots of products for them too. And of course, the competitive shooters, the recreational ones, the hunters, and the people that just like to plink around. We have something for everybody.
This all sounds like this will be a great event for our city. Thank you so much, Janelle, for taking time out of your day to talk to us.
Awesome. Thanks again.
This weekend is going to be another busy one in Lloydminster. The Lloydminster and District Fish and Game Association, they're hosting their annual Lloydminster Gun and Outdoor Sportsman Show. It's going to be held right here at the Service Sports Centre tomorrow from 10 until 5 and again on Sunday from 10 until 3. And you're going to find everything you need to make the most of your time out in the great outdoors. There's going to be rifles, shotguns, knives, fishing supplies, archery supplies, hunting supplies, clothing, boots, and so much more. Admission only $10. Kids 12 and under, they get in for free. And the Lloydminster and District Fish and Game Association, they've got another big event that's coming up next Saturday. That's their annual Family Wildlife and Awards Banquet. Get your ticket now. It's advance tickets only. And when you get your ticket for that banquet, it's a delicious meal. Some awards are handed out. Plus, they've got some great entertainment lined up. Magic Ben, the magician. So get your tickets for that great event coming up next weekend right now. For all the details, go online, lloydfishandgame.org. There is a lot of hockey history when you walk the hallways here at the Service Sports Centre in Lloydminster. And coming up this weekend, you have the opportunity to walk an ancient archetypal path. On Sunday at the Lloydminster Public Library, there's a chance for you to take a Walking the Labyrinth workshop. And this is an introduction to the labyrinth, and you will have an opportunity to walk through a labyrinth yourself and find out even more about this process. This workshop, it's being run by Joan Alexander, and you can get more details by stopping by the Lloydminster Public Library. It gets underway at 2 p.m. coming up this Sunday afternoon. We've been fortunate to have some snow, and that's great news for Mountjoy Snow Resort. This weekend for them is opening weekend. Just the Bunny Hill is going to be open, but they're working on getting the rest of the hills ready to go for skiing this season. Keep an eye on their website for updates, mountjoyresort.com. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, we hope you stay safe and stay healthy.
What's
What's Happening is brought to you by Northern Factory Workwear, Circle Drive East, Saskatoon, and Highway 17 South, Lloydminster.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery, downtown Lloydminster.
I am here with Joan Alexander, the Labyrinth facilitator and the host of the event that's coming up in Lloyd Public Library called Walking the Labyrinth. Thank you so much for joining with us today, Joan.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So tell me about the Walk the Labyrinth. Can you emphasize that type of event going on?
Mhm. Yes, this is an event for people in Lloydminster and area to get to know a little bit about what a labyrinth is. We currently don't have one here in the city or anywhere close by. And so Sunday is an opportunity to learn a bit more, to experience various ways to engage with the labyrinth, and especially to walk a labyrinth together.
What is this program for?
For this particular program on Sunday, though, we ask that only adults attend. And it's anyone who is curious, who has an openness to learning, and who has questions around what this could mean for them individually and as a community.
Is this going to be people that needed some calmness in their minds, experiencing anxiety?
Yes, the good questions. And it's yes to all of those things and more. Learning about something is one thing, and being able to experience it is quite another. So, for people who are experiencing a lack of peace in their lives, whether that's in regard to what's happening in our world, on our planet, or in our families, in our workplaces, being able to experience something like a labyrinth and to focus on peace for a time can be so helpful in many different ways.
And this program is called, subtitle you said, Pathway to Peace. What is the goal of that event?
So the goal, there are several goals. One is to introduce labyrinths to this community that we live in. And another is to use it for something tangible on Sunday. And by that, I mean that we will invite others to come and walk on a large cloth indoor labyrinth and to bring their intentions and their desires for peace on the walk. And that can mean, as I said, so many things. I won't be asking anyone what they're walking for. Certainly, they're welcome to share that with us, but it's not required. In many ways, walking a labyrinth is a solitary experience, even when we're walking with others.
And right now that we're experiencing winter, and in some conditions, seasonal depression is part of it, and in fall and winter. Is this people that experiencing that condition, can they join?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a wonderful reason to get out and come into a public place like the Lloyd Mall, like our public library. Always a welcoming place to be, alone and with others. So, yes, if you are a member of our community or within driving distance of Lloydminster, and you're looking to be inside somewhere warm and safe and welcoming for a time and to be with others, then I will welcome you with open arms. Come on Sunday afternoon.
Is there any final message that you want to say for the viewers?
I'd like to encourage you and everyone else to attend and know this: there is no cost for a library program and there's no registration required. So simply come. If you're free on Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock, I will be there and I'll be there to welcome you.
Thank you so much for giving us the time to give us a detail and information about this Walk the Labyrinth program.
You're so welcome. It's a pleasure to be here, Leo. Thank you.
Japan's space agency is the latest to try and land on the moon. The SLIM mission, which stands for Smart Lander for Investigating Moon, is aiming to land on a gentle slope close to a crater. Slim will begin its descent this coming day at about 10 a.m. Eastern Time from an altitude of about 15 kilometers. If everything runs smoothly, it will make a soft landing 20 minutes later. The aim of the mission is to study rocks around the crater and to send 2 rovers to explore nearby terrain and take photos. It's pretty cool. A little bit cold on the moon, though.
Yes, no, very cold. It's from the research I was able to get, it gets down to minus 130 degrees Celsius at night. So yeah, a lot colder up there than it is down here, even if you do live in the border city.
That's all we have for you tonight. Thank you for joining us. Have a good evening.